We talked about you. You know how that is.
Susan wondered if you'd gotten lost.
We're gonna get one of those little tag things.
Yeah, just put a collar on me.
I had
GPS on.
I had to text Chris when the meeting was.
Oh.
And it was 3 o'clock on Friday. He said, "Oh, I'll be getting the agenda out soon."
Well, he did. He got it out yet Friday, didn't it? Or was it
Yeah,
Monday?
but it should have been first thing Friday.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had to do that.
Well, because we were going to be there or whatever.
Well, no, even for their meeting.
Oh, even for their meeting, they got to have it out.
Business day.
Huh.
Carla posted that we would be there like a long time ago, weeks ago, when we decided to do it.
His email's what reminded me of the meeting, and I looked and I went, well, it's already going. I'm not going to make it. I was having way more fun breaking leaves.
It was a good day.
I got a lawn rake thing, and then I dump it next to my car trailer, and then I shovel it all onto my car trailer. And I put a tarp in the bottom of that.
I was going to say, you should put a tarp out and dump it on there. That's the best
Well,
part.
no, I got the tarps in the trailer. And,
All right, it's 9 o'clock.
I need a bigger scoop.
Stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Consider for approval the minutes and the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes and agenda as presented.
I'll second it.
Motion by Derby, seconded by Jensvold to approve minutes and agenda. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion passed. It's 9 a.m. Elderbridge Agency on Aging to discuss annual report. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me again. I'm Jody Applegate, Healthy Aging Director. I think
Thank you.
all of you are familiar faces from last year. Sorry, you can see my mug again. Anyone else? Thank you. So there's our annual report for FY25. And there's a nice little thing by our new CEO, Stacia Timmer. She was our COO, and then Shelley retired after a number of years, and is, I think, doing a lot of traveling. So in there, just our annual report does give you in the back, you know, the breakdown of our funding sources, then where those fundings or where the uses are too. And talks about more of our programs. But the nuts and bolts for your county is that insert page there. That talks about FY24, then FY25. We always give you that comparison for the last 2 years there. So it's a little bit of differences there in congregate home delivered nutrition, maybe not so much because the demand isn't there, but just because of the way our budgets were. We weren't able to, the funding that we had wasn't able to cover all of those services particularly for a city, congregate meal site home delivered, because their demand was greater. But what we had set up for a budget, so they just found other sources to cover those meals. So people didn't go without food. They just found other resources to help cover that. And we also did have to look at our home delivered nutrition and who really needed a home delivered meal and who should maybe be going into the congregate meal site for more of the camaraderie, you know, that type of thing. And if people really weren't homebound, we really encouraged them to actually go into the meal site to eat instead of just sitting in front of the TV with the Price is Right is on. COVID didn't do us any wonders or any favors with that aspect. But then our ask this year is on the back, so the shorter little piece here on the back. We did increase our ask to $3.30 per senior for FY27. We do appreciate everything that you guys have given us in the past, and we make every penny count. As you can kind of see there, that for every dollar that we have received in county funds, we've spent $21.54 for services for seniors. Any questions? Some hard things we're having to look at with our budget is prioritization. That's our buzzword for the year. And the state is dictating that we prioritize those with highest needs, social, economic, and risk for institutionalization. So we're going to look at all of that through all 29 counties and making sure that we're serving those people who are at greatest risk.
So help us understand again, the home delivered nutrition, why that's,
Why that's such a big
F.
difference there. I think part of that is that we did crack down 24 and 25 on people that had just kind of snuck in and were still getting home delivered meals, but weren't homebound.
okay,
So we kept to the premise, even the Older Americans Act has released that people can receive a meal even if they're not homebound. But Elderbridge with our funds said, you know what, we really need to really encourage people to go into the senior centers, and to congregate. So we cut back, but we really cracked down on those people that weren't homebound. So
and gave them, you helped facilitate them to.
So
get
we
to-
encourage them to go to the meal site to eat
Yeah,
instead of receiving a meal. In some cases we had to say, you know what, you aren't homebound, so you need to go into the senior center to eat. And some of it, just with people passing, Forest City, and even Buffalo Center, some of their home delivered have decreased anyway, but Buffalo Centers has gotten in a few more people just to kind of come in too. They don't do a huge number, but they do. Linda there is doing what she can 3 days a week to keep that going.
where is that at?
It's on Main Street, it's the senior center.
Oh.
Mhm.
All right,
So we do appreciate anything. We did a Randy's Roundup in Clear Lake for groceries, and then I just told the cashier, any penny in this day, and I know you guys don't have an easy job with all of the asks that you're getting to. So.
And they're not making pennies anymore.
No, they're not making pennies, so now we'll just round up to the nickel. Any other questions?
Well, thanks for all you guys do and all your volunteers.
Yes, we have great set of volunteers, we have great board members, we have great advisory council, people that support us and help us with everything that we do.
all right.
All right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. You guys have a
Thank
great
you.
day. Happy
Yep.
Thanksgiving.
All right. We've got Chris here, drainage matters today.
I don't have anything, Scott and Ethan and I have something together, so when they can get it done. Do you guys have anything right off?
I don't.
I don't,
Do you have anything?
I shook my head no.
Did you have anything for drainage? Is that why you're here?
Well, the last time I was here in the discussion, you were going to investigate a possible intake, on the southwest corner there of the driveway. I was wondering if there was an update on that.
I don't have one. Did you guys get by Hayden Kelly's out there east of town? You weren't here that day.
Where the water goes over his driveway?
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
John Valley, east of town.
So that is that in the state right away or in the field?
In the field, yeah. That's where the discussion is about, yeah.
And it,
And who owns in the field? I mean, whose field is that?
Tom Barkin.
It is Tom's, okay.
Yeah.
And he's okay with whatever needs to happen?
I didn't ask him, I know the drain, it's not the drain now out of there, the county tile is not plugged in there. From his, there was a work on the county tile probably maybe a couple
And, I guess, he had decided that he didn't need to be connected there. But an intake would definitely take some of that pressure off of it.
By your driveway?
Yeah, I see there's one on the north side in my court. There's an intake there. And then on the other side, on the south side of 9, then in that corner.
I'm gonna have to look closer at it then next time, because I didn't see it when I did go by that one time. And I was looking at the other one too.
Yeah,
Cause were we looking at a mile east, the
Yeah.
Knob Road?
Yeah,
Yeah,
And that was working,
yes.
right? Just by
So
observation.
what people were telling me, yes, that was working.
I should probably just let you look at the map here.
We could,
See,
we could pull it up there too.
there's the end of your driveway,
yeah,
and the line goes like that,
yes.
and where's the,
Looking, well, there's an intake here. This is my court.
on the north side?
That's the intake on the north side. I was looking for it, and yet we discussed an intake here.
Is there one there?
No, there's not.
Oh, that's what it was,
Yeah.
okay.
So then would that be the DOT because it's a.
No, well, it goes under the road, but he was talking about putting one in the field on
Right.
Tom's.
Oh, in the fields.
Yeah,
So
there's
would it
already
be
one
the
on the north
DOT?
side, he wanted one on the,
Well, I know what he wanted, but I was just thinking where would it be? Just in Tom's Field, not in the DOT right away?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the county trail comes right there from that corner.
Mm-hmm. That's 6A, I think.
6.
Yeah,
Have you talked to Tom at all? Would he be adverse to having an intake or?
I don't know. I've talked to him about it, yeah.
it's in CRP right now, isn't it?
No, it's in, that permanent.
Oh, the WRP?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he doesn't have to farm around it right away anyway.
No, it never will be.
So I guess the one question is, I know some of the WRP plans require you to take out intakes.
Right.
I suppose if it was a rider that, was up without perforation, just an inspection one, they probably would be okay. So we'd probably have to check with the NRCS on that, make sure it's okay to put one there.
Yeah, connect it right to the county tile right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I can stop, now that the government offices are open, I'll stop in and talk to them and see if they're okay with that, and then we'll try to line something up there.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
thank you, Eden.
Anything else for regular drainage?
So do you have something different than what they're doing? Okay, so what do you have going today?
460th Street in section 1 of Newton Township. Ethan was up there the other day with Stephen and Brian Helgeson were exposing some tile. The tile line on the north side of the gravel road, they never made a new road crossing when that was put in. And there's about 1.5 or 2 feet of depth that road crossing is higher than the tile. I don't know why they didn't do it at the time, make the road crossing, but it would benefit my parcel if that road crossing got to be lowered to accommodate the extra depth.
It's lowered on both sides?
The side where the water goes to is 1.5 foot lower than height.
That don't make much sense, does it?
I don't know why they didn't make the road crossing years ago when they did that, but
Yeah.
they didn't. I don't know if weather or something went against them, but water stands there in the ditch, in the field. I don't know what district.
Oh, okay, so, okay, are we talking about on the south side of the road or the north side?
We're talking, my parcel's on the south side.
Yeah.
The north side is where the tile is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
It goes from,
well, the tile goes through there, so,
yeah,
let me bring up the
and then it
districts.
crosses the Scarville Blacktop.
Okay, so where the main, oh, wait a minute, I gotta get this, there's two districts there.
It's private tile.
So there's well, that's not yours probably. Yours is the,
Where Zach Smith lives.
yeah, I gotta bring it up. So that, so that'd be 59. Is that one of ours?
It's a private tile easement.
Private, well, private tile or private trustee district?
Private tile.
Okay.
But is the line that it hooks in on, Logan, is that district?
That's District 59. I have to look at my map and see if it's yours or
And there's no,
if it's Logan, it's probably the one we just took over.
yeah, you just look at over the, all the districts.
Then we're getting into your district. It's over there. Huh? No, but he's talking about on the other side of the road. To the east is hers.
Now you guys are splitting hairs.
But it ends on that side of the road.
Yeah. But I gotta get all three of your left ones.
Yeah. I don't want to step on toes. Okay, so. Fargo, down here, 59. Yeah, I don't have it marked on here. Oh, no, those are the trustee ones. 76 is the one we transferred, isn't it?
Yeah.
59 was always ours. What they're talking about, where the main ends right there, the corner of the blacktop and the gravel road.
From Zach's
To the corner north,
acreage to the corner north.
and then on the other side of the, diagonally,
Go west
Mhm.
from the blacktop.
through Logan. Maybe you should bring that up on the,
Lower under R60.
So it's on 170th and 460th?
Yeah.
I would like to lower under the gravel road to start with. See if that fixes it.
That's not.
Thank you.
there's an 8-inch main crossing right by the stop sign almost, or just east of the stop sign. There's an 8-inch main that crosses the gravel road just east of the stop sign probably. You gotta put your drainage lines on. Oh, okay.
Trying to figure out where we're at. So you're talking, this is, Howard Logan, you're down here.
Go farther east. In the purple, right there, that line. But I think you're talking where it crosses from the north side to the south side.
Yep. He's talking on the west side of
West side of-
180th though, so it's not.
Were you talking about on the east side of the blacktop or,
West side.
well, west side of the blacktop? Yeah, we have nothing to do with that.
But you do the road crossing.
You just,
Secondary roads.
I see it going to the road.
So So you're talking this one right here?
It just crosses R60 right there, but he's talking right in here. These drowned outs. So he wants to lower it right there, so then he can cross.
I gotta look on this back, too many blue colors in there. I wanna see what this one shows. So, yeah, we show nothing here, so
So we did work on this main?
So are those private lines there?
Yeah, this is private right here until it gets to,
Those are property lines.
that's property line right there, yeah.
That's why I don't like the digital sometimes, because it
Yeah.
comes up as.
Jeff, point out the location on there.
Right here?
You're asking a blind man.
Well, to the left is the dark
There.
spots.
To the left of it?
So the private goes up and over?
It stops at the north side, then the crossing is high, the tile is low.
Private side?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You think the grade from here to here is okay,
I think so.
and that's all working order? Or you think it comes across the road and this is a foot and a half lower than this side, whatever you said? So if you lower the crossing, then you're gaining it.
Well, a foot and a half or 2 feet of depth. Cause you replaced the culvert under the road already. But we haven't seen the road ditch yet. And I'd asked you that earlier. Or put in a request.
So then is this kind of the same thing as Tom Thompson's issue, or is it different?
No.
This is the same as,
What's that?
This is the tile line.
it's the same as the one we did with Augustin's. We've done a few of.
So when someone's putting in a private tile and they wanna cross, one of the gravel roads, what do you guys normally do?
We've got a program for it. It's a 50/50 cost share.
Yeah.
Between the landowner and the county. The landowner hires a contractor to do all the work.
There's a cap on it though.
There's a cap at 5,000 total project costs without board approval. Board can approve a higher amount. And, it takes permission from landowners on both sides of the road. Am I missing any details?
As long as we have money for it.
Yeah, and as long as there's money in the budget for it.
So do you have an estimated cost to do that?
No idea.
How deep is it? Not very deep. Not very big.
No.
So I would imagine it could be done for 5,000 or less.
Are those just estimates on depth or have you shot it or? Oh,
Busy tower.
And if they were working on the north side of the road, they weren't even working.
No, I mean, who does it?
Gary and Sean usually, but this was Brian and Steve who were on the other side, the other color.
They were working for the Heller?
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, I think that's the only option other than the real thorough process to hire an engineer and do a report and have the county pay for it in entirety. We can walk through that process too, but for the cost of this one, I would think the 50/50 cost share would be your quickest, easiest way to get it done.
so do we need approval or?
We have nothing yet.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it's nothing to do with district, it would have been a secondary road issue.
yeah,
The only
so
way we have any involvement in is if it got higher and we had to approve the excess.
Or it falls on you then after 50/50.
mhm.
So oversight's good.
Okay, so you can work out the details on,
Work with those guys. Stop down and get a form for it if you want.
okay, anything else for regular drainage?
Yes. Oh, well, we
Nope.
just have something to talk about, but nobody has anything different.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep,
So, last spring, I talked to Eric Andersland, and he was wanting, intake taken out, and it wasn't working, or whatever, so I gave him the okay to do that, not knowing the other side of the road and what the repercussions of that were. He did take that out a few days ago, and now Rob Nelson has an issue with it because, and I don't know if Scott and Ethan can describe it better, but now it's going to bubble up on
Just
Rob's
one side of the road?
Side of the road, and if that's the case, then that is gonna maybe hurt the secondary road itself. Am I describing this correctly so far? Okay. So we don't know what the answer should be. Do we put an intake back on the south side of the road? It's been there since, it was clay, so it's been there since inception. So it'll bubble on the south side of the road.
Was it
which-
taken out so it wouldn't bubble up on that side of the road?
Yes,
I would assume that it was trying to minimize,
the water on these
Yeah.
big drains.
Right, so
and that's,
now I don't know what to do because I had given the okay, he did it. Now nobody's happy now.
mhm. So the intake was owned by,
Would that have been secondary roads at that point?
Is in the right way.
so,
And it's been there forever, you know,
Forever.
the
Sure.
old clay.
On a 2-inch rain, there's no problems, but when we have these 4-inch, 5-inch rains, there's just so much pressure that it comes up and it will boil up on his side, so that's why he wanted it out, but
but who removed it?
Eric did.
Okay,
when it was talked about, it was, to these guys, they were just told that it's broken and he'll take it out, and nothing was explained that the water from the north is coming through there, and it would affect my drainage, and it would affect water possibly going over the road. None of that was talked
so how long ago was this?
about.
done?
Probably,
I talked to secondary roads this summer.
So it was this summer?
I talked to them this summer. I explained that I was taking it out, not just to fix. I told secondary roads it was going away. My understanding from them is as long as they had one intake on either side of the road, which was my understanding from other projects as well, and I talked about that with them, that this would be okay.
I didn't know it boiled out what it did,
So there's a culvert there too then, or no culvert?
that's the problem.
That's the surprising thing about it to me.
Yeah,
There isn't a culvert there. We looked in old records, we stuck a metal detector out there, there's not one out there.
And so it's been there for 100 years, and all I would like it is to be the same. And maybe it does boil up on his side, I get why he wants it out, but he's also pattern tiled that farm, which put more water into that outlet, which also slows it down, you know, so when we get these big rains, it's gotta go somewhere. And I think the engineers from years ago put both those intakes in the ditch for a reason. And so,
almost in place of a culvert,
yeah.
in a
So when
sense.
you have these big events, it's got somewhere to go,
mhm.
instead of blowing up the tiles and making a mess.
It doesn't even take a big event though. It's a 3-inch rain, it all comes out on my side of the road. You know, if we get a 6-inch rain, yeah, we're gonna have water on both sides of the road. That's just the way it is, because it's a low spot. But, you know, you get 2, 3, I lose acres of field. You know, Iowa code says, yes, I have to take the water on the lower landowner, but I don't have to take it in a manner that it does damage beyond what the natural course is. And the natural course is under the road and into that pipe. Water coming out of that pipe is harming me.
But a 2
Also
inch
harm.
rain, it's not doing damage. So we probably had 38 inches of rain this year. And if you drive by, you can see where he replanted it, and that replant survived and we harvested it. So he did have a drowned out at the beginning. We had some big rains, so did I. And I'm even further up the hill. Mine isn't pattern tile, but I had some drowned out. He had some. Yes, it boiled up, but that is, water does go downhill, and that's the way it goes. I rent farms that I have to take other people's water, goes through a culvert. It's just how it is.
The natural drainage was changed by the road. Rather unnatural thing. And if the road wasn't there, where would all the water end up at? Probably the same spots.
It's low.
Yeah, no, I just
It'd be
saying,
down.
but,
How
So
big
these
is
guys
the,
didn't quite get the full story when he was asking to take this out. He never mentioned the neighbors comes up through here. The reason why I wanna take it out is because it's boiling up.
I told him that's why I wanted it out. It was a nuisance.
So
how big is the intake? Or was it?
Was maybe, it's an 8 inch line underground. It was maybe a 6 inch coming up, 4 to 6.
but like I said, he replanted it, he harvested crop this year, so it is a nuisance, but it's, water goes downhill. And I have it all the time with other rented farms. I mean, it's just, I don't know where else it's gonna go. Can't go the other way. So I would just like to see it return to the way it's been for the last 100 years.
And I did not see anything in the files about this issue, because I looked yesterday.
or would it be better just to put a culvert in?
That's what I wondered.
An interesting thing, you know, in general, we're not trying to add extra culverts all over the county, but in this case, it's very obvious that the water can't go any other place. You know, the road's flat through there for 400 or 500 feet, and then it's steeply uphill both ways. So it's surprising to me that there wasn't a culvert in there. If we put a culvert in there, that will change the way things behave out there substantially. So we wouldn't do that lightly.
Because there would be more water on Anders Land if a culvert was there.
Instead of what comes down into the tile and out the other one, now comes in a flush through a culvert pretty fast. You know, now like if you were to return that intake, it wouldn't be coming up. It would be going down most likely because of all the pressure relieved by the surface water taken off the upstream intake. And then, you know, all the standing water that would probably end up on Eric's farm there before, you know, it'd have to get pretty high before it would go over the hills there. I mean, I don't know, 5, 6 feet.
So if the
Conundrum.
road wasn't there, what percentage of the water would be on both people's lands?
It's like the road kind of goes through the low point.
Go into that low ground.
We could probably,
Which is
we could probably see it on the,
more on his side than,
we could kinda see it if you pulled it up, maybe.
So I would just like to see it return to where
Oh, you have it.
it was.
Is it something that because of the culvert that's not there, is it?
Oh.
Is it something that is, we should have engineered? I mean,
Culvert?
just look at it, I mean, I don't know, if we're all wondering.
The culvert would sort of eliminate the argument about where the water should or shouldn't be. It will just find its flow. That's one side of why a culvert's a useful tool here. On the other hand, it will change the behavior out there.
yeah, the surface water is gonna,
The county isn't always volunteering to try and change the way the water behaves. Usually our default answer is let's restore the way that it has been. And considering too, right before the road was there.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it should be as close to what was supposed to be natural. You know, it's,
And there's, it's a county line that's been there for many, many years. I have one on my side of the ditch and there's one on his side of the ditch.
I mean, I'd like to get rid of the water on both sides, but
Right.
it's not always the,
So the,
And once that tile catches up, that water goes down quite fast. Because we've had a lot of rain afterwards, and if it didn't, I guess you wouldn't probably have a replant crop that survived.
so this tile eventually outlets into the improved tile down by the blacktop?
That's where it goes.
Eventually,
My pattern tiling goes all the way down to Harmon's on the south.
yeah.
It doesn't go in up by Rob. Because I pattern tile on both sides of the county line and running all the water to the south. So I'm not even, my field water isn't even really competing with his until it gets down onto Harmon's field.
Right.
Well, you had to tile into that tile to be able to do that.
On Doug's field.
So
I
you-
run
so
parallel
you did
lines to the
tie
county
in-
all the way to the south.
He's got parallel lines from one side with all the undertows.
Yeah, I've taken as much pressure off that little 8-inch line as I could. I took into a 12 or 15 down in Doug's line.
Cause the parcel 2 is yours, right, Eric?
I'm south of the blue square there, the
Yeah.
aqua route.
So you took it south even more?
All the way, you gotta scroll down to the next section. Where that Y is there,
Mm-hmm.
that's where I hooked into Doug's tile.
Cause he's got that, where lat 11, before it wipes off, right?
Yeah, that's bigger pipe down there.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling all of my water south before it even fights with Rob's in that 8-inch. That 8-inch is there just for Rob, basically. And
Well,
some from the neighbor to the east.
Some of the Chris's drains through there,
Yeah, the neighbor to the east is tied into that too.
so half my farm goes south.
So the drainage law says that you shouldn't impede the natural flow of the waterway, and if the road's impeding the natural flow of the water, we should put a culvert in.
And that's my position, the new natural flow is through that 8-inch line, and my argument is, once it hits that tile underneath the road, it needs to stay in that tile, that's the new natural flow, because we've all changed the ground, 100 years ago, we put in roads, we put in the line. Once it's in there, if it's coming out, it's doing damage, is my position. Yeah, we can talk about the pipe isn't big enough, and it's never big enough for a 6-inch rain, the stuff's gonna flood. That corner may always be wet, I realize that, but it's the water coming out of the line that is my concern. I put an intake in if the road guys are worried that, I'm gonna collect water there, but the reality is it's not gonna top the road, it's just gonna, if we get a foot of rain, it's just gonna go out in my field anyway.
But if
It
there's
could very
no,
well top the road.
yeah, if there's no intake on the south side of the road and we got a huge rain, that will end up at some point damaging the gravel road. Correct? If the water's just sitting in the ditch on the north side.
It'll go down.
If there's no
yeah.
It'll more than likely shoot up on my side, fill that up, and then get up over the gravel that way. That's why I think there's 2 of them there, and there's a reason why the engineer put it there. Now, as a farmer, nobody wants extra water on their ground. I understand that. But I also understand water goes downhill, and I have to fight. I deal with the same thing all the time.
So it's a drainage / secondary roads issue. So you, as trustees, need to decide, do you wanna put an intake back in? Secondary roads need to add a culvert.
Do we need to get an engineer to?
That's what I was saying, that I feel like if it's a difficult decision to make a culvert, put a culvert in there, I mean, if that's
Well,
too difficult.
the culvert makes it as close to natural flow as it could be. It would seem to me, cause then the surface water's finding its natural path.
But if there's a culvert in there, you're gonna want an intake back in there, in that ditch, right?
Maybe.
Cause then that's just
So then it's,
It
more
depends,
water.
it depends on the depth of the culvert and how much is boiling out of the intake on the north. You know, it's, yeah, I don't know what it's gonna look like. How deep are they talking, and, you know, where are you gonna put the culvert? The pipe that's under the road now is actually lower than the county main it feeds into. There's a 2 or 3 inch difference. You know, when I dug down and took this intake out, the water sat in the hole below, you know, coming out of the metal pipe under the road, you know, it had 2-3 inches of water in it before it could jump up to get into the clay tile and go down the line. So, you know, what level are you putting a culvert in?
How deep is the ditch?
The ditch is pretty shallow. It looks like it could use some ditch cleaning there. So, you know, if we put a culvert in, we would reshape the ditches on both sides and make sure they're, you know, on the lower side, maybe a foot lower than the field.
Any idea what size of culvert you'd need in there?
I mean, since there hasn't been a culvert there and I haven't heard that it's gone over the road routinely, I would think a
Minimum.
just shooting in the dark.
And would you put it to the east or to the west of that tile, or what would it look like?
We would do a little bit of survey work and find the low point. Most likely, you know, right in the middle of the spot that holds water. And then, you know, shape the ditches to go to that point. On the north side of the road, there might be 3 feet of dirt that needs to come out of there.
Yeah, cause on my side of the ditch needs to be cleaned.
Yeah, I mean, oftentimes, cases like that where the field slopes to the road, you have, you know, years and years of erosion that have filled the ditch in. We don't have any original plans for this location or any kind of references, so we would be just using our best judgment to return the road to what we think is the original shape and putting a culvert in as at the elevation of the bottom of the ditch.
Is that something you guys think you can handle, or do we need to get an engineer?
We can handle the engineering side of it. No problem.
That's what I would think.
In the construction of it. If you guys all feel comfortable with that decision.
And the culvert crossing and possible intake are all at the road expense, or what is it?
All the road expense.
so could we do just the culvert and then see how it performs and then make a decision on an intake? Or is it something?
Well, if you're gonna put a culvert in, you're gonna want the intake back on the other side. Otherwise, well, I mean, the 8-inch tile's only gonna take so much. I mean, it can, one culvert on one side, if it's going through intake on one side, it'll flow through the culvert, I suppose, to get to that intake. But, you might want one on both sides would be best, I would think.
In general, we err on the side of more intakes just for monitoring.
Mhm. If it's
If
water
there's
on,
any hard and fast rules about when there should or shouldn't be any intakes.
Mhm.
Pretty inconsistent across the county.
Any other conversation from you two about a culvert and an intake?
Or do you just wanna do the culvert first and see, or do you automatically put the intake in? You kinda went both ways.
I guess as long as you're cleaning the ditch and all that, and you got the equipment there, you just will stick the intake in, if you're gonna go that route.
On his side of the road where it was.
Because the decision It seems like, whether it was communicated or not, but it was, made in a little bit of, ignorance of all the effects that were there. Not that, so, I mean, I understand your position too. I mean, but one thing I like to tell people is if your ground was his and his ground was yours, then you guys both want the same thing again on the other direction, so it's. So the only right decision is whatever's gonna get it as close to what natural flow would have been without the road being there. And I think a culvert and another intake would probably be the thing that's gonna do that.
Any other discussion?
Can they make action out of this?
Not today,
Do
probably.
they make action when you have
Or
to
is
do
it
a
on here?
normal culvert?
For this, I think it's worth leaving a paper trail for it.
And that there isn't anything on the agenda to do that,
No.
so we'd have to wait till next week.
Next week,
to Put it back on.
We can size the culvert by then and have a plan to approve.
I think that'd be best.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right. Anything else, Scott?
Just general secondary roads, you mean?
Yes,
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
The
thanks, Chris.
railroad tracks, near Rake got patched on last week, on Friday, and as I warned, they don't ride perfect because of other issues than just the patch, but, they're serviceable for now.
Well, the crossing itself has got some,
The crossing is skewed, it's tipped, it's got damage to the panels. The panels are at different heights, and that's what we're
That's
trying
right.
to manage.
didn't we try and contact the railroad to have them
Oh,
put in a new crossing so we could time it out and,
About a year and a half.
We did,
Yeah.
and since 2017.
Wow. So you can just say that's not your circus, not your monkeys.
We're gonna keep working on it.
now, was it our responsibility to get that patch now that just happened? Or is that the railroad?
That was our responsibility.
Oh, all right, so,
But it is, the railroad has jurisdiction, so they need to allow it and line up flaggers, and all of that
and
takes a ridiculous amount of notice that's impractical.
so that's why there was a delay, was the railroad or was it the contractor?
That certainly is a factor. The contractor had other work, but
Yeah,
you know how it is when you're a busy contractor, you go to the places where the work's ready to do. You
Yeah,
have pretty
yeah.
quick around.
well, cause I told everybody we were waiting on the railroad.
I mean,
It's cause
that's
that, for
not-
some reason, that's what I assumed.
that's not,
But,
It's half right.
yeah, it's happening.
mhm.
So that pretty well wraps up all the, projects for the year.
Good.
Outside of, work order type work that the guys are doing.
So, on our original TIF list,
Mhm.
urban renewal projects, we're down to mostly at Rice Lake. Or what else did we have?
Right, so we have, the one half of Rice Lake project that we have under contract with Hewlin Brothers. We have, maybe a possibility of the neighborhood. We have, I had intended to get the railroad crossing that we're just talking about rebuilt with money from the TIF, and that timing's probably not gonna work out. And we'll have to redirect that funding. So that's really all we have programmed, and it's not adding up to as much as we have available. So over this budget season, we can talk about maybe any projects we did this summer that could be reimbursed, or, looking at a couple of projects to be urban renewal funded instead of secondary road funded next summer, whether it be
It
bridges.
has to be used within a certain
Yeah, it
timeline.
has spend down requirements, and it has several thresholds. It's every 6 months it needs to have a certain percentage spent. And so far, so good. And we have a lot pending with Hewlin Brothers, waiting on a little bit of paperwork. We have something like 1.6 million waiting in the queue for them when they have time to address our questions and provide the paperwork we asked for. So at that point, we'll be upper 5 million spent. We have something 6.4 and change that we have available. So I think we can have a good conversation about how much of it to spend and on what.
Sure.
So you were talking about reimbursements of already done projects, would they qualify in the urban renewal plan?
Right, that's the check we need to do. And, you know, our urban renewal area is pretty vast, so.
Yeah.
I think, the first check is to see if it was included in the update of the urban renewal area. I think that's the main question. Did we say that's where we were asking?
Okay.
It also stresses Elizabeth out when we have to reimburse secondary roads versus paying for a project out of the fund.
Subject.
Evidently, she gets over it, just stresses her out.
We don't want a loser.
We had a lot of little details that our guys contributed to all the projects this summer that we reimbursed to those project accounts. And I think it worked really well, and there's an economical way to do it. Just, you have to move money from one fund to another.
So do you have like a round figure of what that was?
What the reimbursements were? Rachel's working on the reimbursement claim, we'll call it, for this fiscal year. And so I'll know exactly, but maybe 60,000
Wow.
in labor and equipment.
Okay. All right. Anything else, or can we move to 5?
Not much. We're good,
Oh,
we're just finishing up mowing for the most part, so,
See, there was some
Oh, yeah.
rain going on yesterday too, before the rain.
yeah, hopefully it dries up this afternoon a little bit and get some blading done. And get it.
What'd we
Actually
get,
moisture in them,
half an inch, or what'd we get? How much
Just,
rain
just
did we
over,
get?
just over half in mine.
7/10.
That's pretty much what I did on my driveway last week, or whenever it last rained.
Yeah.
I locked it down when it froze, and it held pretty good.
That's one big tree out by Woobens, isn't it? The one Gary Garst contacted you guys about?
Oh, in the ditch?
Yeah, there's one huge branch in the road ditch and then another huge branch in the dredge ditch,
Yeah.
right there. It's, not very often you see a tree that big around here.
Been there for a while.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's, but beans, there's one and the tree is on its way to being pretty dead, so I think Derek Yeagy's gonna take it out at some point this winter. I told him to clean the branch out of your ditch too, are you fine with that?
Very nice.
Okay. If there's nothing else for secondary roads, we're gonna move to number 5. Consider for approval agreement with the city of Forest City to vacate the alley and a 2-foot strip of Central Street to correct an encroachment in the south half of Block 5, Rebecca A. Clark's addition to the city of Forest City, Iowa.
I guess that would be me.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. I found Scott's story about the railroad quite amusing, because years ago, I was trying to get a little piece of property from the railroad out here in the west side of town. And the gentleman I was talking to, he said, sorry, I can't talk to you, we're understaffed. And we have directed to not deal with anything under $75,000. I can assure you that little piece of property out there was nowhere near $75,000. And we made a good faith offer. So I said, what happens if I start eminent domain proceedings? And this gentleman said, you didn't hear this from me, but you go right to the top of the pile. And that's what I did.
There you go.
I don't know how much Scott has shared with you. I'm sure you're aware of the fact that the county shed is parked on top of an alley, and then there's an encroachment on Central Street, and that sort of thing. How I ended up being involved is that my partner Dave Segrist represents the buyer and did the title opinion and sent me all the information, and I assumed that I was going to be the one doing all this because I'd done it a few times in the past for the city. The deed to the county was from James and Hope Fox in 1933. And I don't know when the county shed was built, but I know that one of the first jobs I had after high school, almost 60 years ago, was working for Benderoff Construction, and we would pull in there to fill the water trucks up, and the building was there. So I assume it was built shortly after it was deeded over to the county. And in the process, nobody said anything about the alley, and nobody said anything about the encroachment.
I think 39 is what I think it was.
I was gonna
The
say,
original building that was demolished for the 99 building.
Okay, so in any event, and then I Street at the south has been vacated quite some time ago. West Street to the east has been vacated quite some time ago, but for some reason, this was never done. The city is just as anxious as you are to get things back on the tax rolls and that sort of thing. Our process by ordinance is that we have to send it to the Planning and Zoning Commission, and they have to find certain things concerning egress, that we're not destroying egress for the adjoining property owners. Of course, the county owns on both sides, so that's not an issue. And that it is no longer needed as a street or an alley due to the fact, and that maintenance would be too burdensome to make it pay. Well, the city hasn't spent a nickel on maintenance of this for almost 100 years. So they met yesterday at noon, made the recommendation to the city council to proceed with this. Our process is pretty much the same as the county's process. We set it down for hearing, which was done last night. The hearing is scheduled for December 1st. It's my understanding everybody wants this thing tied up by December 1st, or by January 1st. Somewhere along the line, you'll probably have to start the same process if you haven't already done so. I was a little concerned that I don't think there is a conflict of interest between me doing this work for the city and then getting it into the county's hands. But the agreement basically indicates that we'll do this, we'll transfer it to you folks. I'm going to do the work, and you're going to pay for it, and then the conflict is waived. During this process, I have kept Scott and Kelsey both appraised. Kelsey, I believe, is signed off on the agreement. Have you seen the agreement, you folks?
did you email us that?
Based on your looks, I must have missed that stuff, but the agreement's pretty brief, and I'll give it to you right now.
I think I did see it once.
It seems like I've seen something, that's why I asked if you,
Have you seen?
Which-
Most of the agreement's the legal description for the property.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember seeing that part of it.
and
I don't,
here is something that was in the abstract that I put the big yellow rectangle is the alley, the small yellow rectangle is the encroachment on Central. And, this down here is the south side of that building to the south, that's the boundary right there. So that's what we're talking about with this.
Does the vacation come with the deed from the city to the buyer?
No, under the Iowa code, there's a provision in the Iowa code that if the ordinance basically has language in it deeding it over to the adjoining property owners, the ordinance itself takes care of it. So my game plan is that once the ordinance is passed, I will have the clerk certify the resolution where we set the hearing, affidavit of publication, and then the ordinance. And then the ordinance will basically say, and it's granted to the county.
County,
Yeah,
not the new buyer.
not the new buyer.
And then it'll have to be transferred to the new buyer.
Right, yeah. And I assume that
So
process.
that'll change your agreement then?
You're responsible for marketable title, so it would not change the agreement.
Okay.
You tell, well, right now it's in the county's name.
Yes, but we do have a, signed purchase agreement for
Yeah.
property as it was described.
I don't
So
think,
is it
I
just a
don't think,
matter of, when we prepared the deed, that
to include this,
it includes?
yes. And I don't think you'll have any argument from the buyer on that.
No, you mentioned the process, and is there any other steps that we need to do other than contact our attorney and make sure the deed is prepared
Will there be
in a way that accommodates
I
this?
guess I'm asking, is there any other public hearings we have to have?
Yeah, I would say on behalf of the county, and again, to talk to Kelsey about this, but I think you have to follow basically the same format that we do, and that is pass a resolution setting it down for hearing, publish notice of that hearing not less than 4 nor more than 20 days.
but I think we've already done all that.
For the sale of the property as originally described.
Gotcha,
But at that point, we didn't realize we didn't have a clean,
exactly. Okay, so what we have then is, but the law's clear that it has to go to the adjoining property owner. Maybe what we can do is this. I think the agreement will still stand because we're doing this on behalf of the county and that sort of thing. Maybe what we do is that we continue down this path. And then if we have the closing, you have the closing beforehand so that and we get that deed on file, then at that point in time, we can deed it to the new property owner because.
He'll be the owner.
It'll be the adjoining property. I gotta check that out, make sure.
so who would then pay the expenses and costs of the,
You people are responsible for providing marketable title. And, this would therefore be the responsibility of the county.
because the sale can't go through unless you have a marketable title, right?
Yeah,
Even though we should have never had it in the first place, in a sense.
yeah,
Yeah,
and there's no reason that anybody would ever find this out, because, well, this is the first time there's probably been an abstract update on this property since 1933. And, you know, and the city has had that utility plant down there since the mid-30s. And so it is just never been done.
And the utility plant is on the alley?
East side of it is with, I don't think the original one was, but with the additions and everything else, the east one, the building that is right here,
That we are
That-
retaining,
you're retaining this?
well, the one right up to the street.
Yeah, this one right here?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the one, the street's right here, right?
right, yeah,
No,
yes,
yeah, this is the
yeah,
street.
yeah. This is the south side of vacated I Street.
Okay. So
And
this-
so the end of the building is about right here.
Right.
And so the
That's
alley's
the
over.
garage we sold with this.
Yeah, so you're retaining that?
Yeah.
Okay,
And that one's not affected by that right away, right?
we need to check this description out, because I'm not sure that in fact is, you know, I've got a
We retained the
copy
garage
right
for
here,
Kevin,
and,
but it was the $4 or whatever that sold.
Yeah, so we'll have to,
make
you'll
sure-
do that to make sure that this description does not include,
Yeah.
Well, and, and you got, also have to look at the offer to buy.
Can I see that?
Agreement, because if there's a mistake there in that offer to buy, I don't know what our client's gonna say, you know, maybe he thought it was a part of it, maybe he didn't, but,
He didn't, and the legal description is good.
okay, all right,
okay.
and,
This legal description, on the legal description on the offer to buy, you're fully convinced that is correct, but we
Yeah,
don't know about
in
this
the title
one.
opinion, he had mentioned this issue, and I think that it was, I think he misunderstood.
okay, all right, so
But maybe I shouldn't say that, but.
But before we
that's
sign
my
this,
understanding of,
I'll double check with Dave on that, and that sort of thing. Full disclosure, I'm somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,200 right now. I assume it's gonna be somewhere between $1,500 and $2,000. But you also have to understand that I, in working with Sue McCullough, was able to give this description for this property. So you're probably saving $1,500 to $2,000 in surveying expense. So, I mean, this thing has been a wish. Just for a lot of different things coming at you.
Back in 1939, they didn't worry about these things,
No,
or 33, whatever it was.
well, you know, I call it the good old boy system, you know. You mind if we run a pipe through here? Sure, go ahead. We don't care. Well, then, 40 years later, they're looking for the easement. It's like, we don't have one. And so, this is the latest one in a history of these over the last, that I've dealt with over the last 50 years. Might as well go out with a bang.
There you go.
so because of those things that need to be checked, we probably can't approve that then, or,
I think you can approve the agreement, which just says that we're paying for the services that Steve's providing to provide extra title.
and that there's no conflict and,
Right, and we'll do a little bit of checking, and I can get with Jeremy too to
Make sure
what
it's
I
on.
said is correct.
Yeah, we'll try and figure it out so that you don't have to recreate the wheel and start over again. It's not a big deal if you do. They're pretty anxious to have this done, but maybe we can talk them into escrowing some money closing it up on most of it and getting the balance of it done. I don't know, Dave is the one who's been in contact with the buyer. You know, I've just been strictly limited to working through the city stuff. If you approve the agreement, I will leave 2 copies here with Carla for Susan and Carla to sign and notarize, and then you can contact Jamie and she can come over and pick it up, and then she'll take care of getting the city's signature on it, because they approved it last night, and that sort of thing.
Okay.
It's gonna be nice to have property with that kind of valuation back in the tax rolls.
We agree.
We kind of thought of that a while back.
The whole thing was a pretty good maneuver.
When I contacted Ron Holland, I said, I assume that you folks are gonna go along with this because of the increase in taxable valuations. He goes, that would be a correct assumption.
That's good.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the agreement with the city of Fort City to vacate the alley and the 2-foot strip of Central Street to correct an encroachment in the south half of Block 5, Rebecca A. Clark's addition, in the city of Fort City.
I'll second it.
Motion by Derby, seconded by Jensvold. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion passed.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
So, I'll get a signature from you and then I'll Steve, can we send that with you today, a signed copy of it?
He needs
I
2.
better go downstairs and just talk to Kelsey about moving forward in regard to this.
Okay.
And
You are aware that Jeremy Gray's handling our closing for this?
no, I was not aware of that. So,
Kelsey's involved, but Jeremy might be the better contact.
okay, I'll let him know. Talk over with him. And maybe get a 3-way going between Dave and Jeremy and myself. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Somebody can notarize.
You can give that to Carla and,
Call Chris and have her bring her notary.
okay,
I'll just-
save some steps then.
okay,
Anders
yeah,
lent us here. His dad's name Bruce.
I do not
we
know.
have no idea about it, or-
Don't know the guy.
Hi, can you come over and bring your notary stamp?
And escrow and stuff, and
Thanks.
trying to do that apparently wasn't.
Well, what we can do is, we know for our trust account, but Jeremy's got a trust account, and get it out. Internally.
We should probably wait for Chris just to be real legal about it.
I know, but she knows.
Here
She
she
knows
is.
our signature.
Here she is.
Entertaining at all.
Switch.
Okay.
I'm gonna be back up here for this hearing on the evening first.
Yep.
And, I'll be around the next morning for another meeting. So if you have anything that you wanna talk over with me on the second,
On the road to Steve,
And
wants to
there's
meet
no
a
one
hold
in
until
the
we
no,
have.
I'm gonna take both and get, so that'll be 2 original.
Yep.
And then I'll have Jamie drop off one to Carla.
Okay, Carla, if you get it, I want a copy or.
There's 3 here. And he needs 2, right?
Yeah, I just need 2.
Better one for now, I guess.
And,
I assume you want one with all the signatures on it.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Do you want Steve to take all three of them so that he,
I just
And then
need
you'll-
two.
but he wants a copy with all signatures as
Yeah,
well,
might as well have you do,
all three
get
of
them
them.
all done and then,
It's only two people that need final copies,
oh, okay.
so I'll just take the one in the meantime. To remind you to make sure I get to it.
Thanks again.
All right,
Thanks,
thank
Steve.
you.
Say, drainage sure is riveting.
Oh, no, yeah, most people are on the edge of their seat for that.
All right,
All's not fair in love, war, and drainage.
consider for approval certification of central service cost allocation plan. All of that.
This is our contract every year, so we can do all our paperwork for reimbursements and funding. So just signatures on it.
Yeah, there's,
You need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve certification of central service cost allocation plan.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Gensvold, seconded by Derby, to approve the certification of central service cost allocation plan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Here's all the fun stuff.
So you got a new Ford?
I did. I got a new used Ford. I got Mike Dressler's pickup.
Okay.
The election department bought it.
So you know the history.
It only backfires when you get over 100.
Mike did say it's a mover.
I was gonna say.
I'm planning to take it down to a class this week and I don't have any plates yet, so that'll be fun.
You still have sheriff stickers on it?
No, Mike's was undercover, so I didn't have any.
Oh, that's right.
I probably need to put a, like, Winnebago County, like, some kind of,
Don't we have
Mark
some
on it.
magnetic something just to put on it?
I don't.
Hey, you got plates coming?
I do have plates coming.
Yeah, be careful with the magnetic, because isn't there a lot of aluminum on those pickups now?
Mm.
So it doesn't work. I think we found that out in parades.
Me too. No.
Canvas second tier 2025 city and school election.
You know, last week we did a really good job keeping those.
Did you? Well, I'm glad I'm here this week to create chaos.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks.
what's this? I should have went in and got my stamper. Oh, that's all right. I'm almost done. Oh, there's more.
Yep. So these we'll try to go like this. No.
What's that?
Let's see. More room.
He started it. He started the giggling.
Once again,
I'm not touching it until you're ready. Are you ready? Can I?
If it's flipped, you can grab it.
All right, all right.
If it's not, I stamp you.
I've had worse done. I literally got set in the corner of the classroom with a big pointed hat that said dunce on it once. You'd think that had almost been illegal even back then.
Was that when you first got this thing?
The truth hurts.
Okay, so now, just curious, are you flipping them or?
I'm flipping these all in order
It's getting all
perfectly.
out. Yeah, no, it's not in order.
I don't want anybody in the auditor's office to fuss about the order.
if they're wrong, Lori can just put them back in order.
She loves extra things to do.
Well, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying that I don't want you to get worked up about it.
That's what we're here for.
No, we get everybody else worked up and then we leave.
Yep.
That's our job. Poke the bear and run. Just something you'd like to share with the rest of us?
Makes us nervous when Carla has a maniacal laugh over there from the behind her computer.
You know it's getting too far when you hear the snorkel.
Is this at our expense?
No.
Oh, no. I didn't know if I should be starting to pout or not.
You know, while you guys were very busy over there, my best friend lives in Ely, Minnesota, and she sent me a little message about how she's cooler than my friends here.
Yeah, but she's in Minnesota, so how cool can she be?
Well, you know, there's that. But she is way up north.
Oh, in the tundra, like my daughter.
Yep.
That's what I call them tundra dwellers now.
We used to just say it up north.
North.
Up there, ya, in the North Country, there, ya.
Up north, yeah.
Yeah. and Sven, Lena, Lars, they're all up there.
Staple or clipped.
Can I take this one?
Take that.
All right.
I'm trying to keep this one separate.
You heard about when Ole and Lena were going up north to Minneapolis, didn't you? Did you hear that one?
About the same time last year.
And he drove on to Duluth.
When I worked at the bank, Marvin Olson would always come in. I think he's passed now, but he would always come in and tell me a good joke about Ole and Lena.
Mm-hmm.
None that are appropriate.
Mom and Dad had a foreign exchange student whose name was Lena, and her dad's name was Ole. She did not think Ole and Lena jokes were funny. What other nationality can you write a dumb Norwegian joke book about? And then the guy will look at it, laugh, and buy the thing, and show it to his friends. It should be offended.
They don't offend me at all. I don't have any Norwegian in me.
Well, I have, in theory, 3/4.
I'm Swedish.
We could tell.
Yeah, that explains a few things there, yeah. Yeah, from the wrong side of the border up here in the North Country.
I suppose you eat those Swedish fish.
Yes.
I,
Swedish meatballs.
we went to Sweden a year ago,
Okay, there's,
and we were forced to try all their types of fish.
There's two.
now, did this paperclip go with this?
They went with that pile.
Quite the deal.
Gotcha.
Did you try lutefisk?
We tried pickled herring, we tried lutefisk, we tried, I don't even know some of the stuff that we tried, but we tried it all. As our host said, you don't have to eat it, but you have to try it. So we all tried it. We were the little Swedish.
And
Yes.
what percentage did you really like?
Not a lot. There was a soup that we had that was fish, that, or like seafood soup, that wasn't terrible, but like left the pieces of fish in the bowl.
Did it have eyeballs sticking out?
I don't think so, but it was close.
It's the one thing my daughter can't stand if you're having food that's looking at you.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Then she should have those stuff. That's the names that she should have all scanned.
There's nothing to sign in these here.
What did I could find? I hate it when some of these pages are thicker.
Yeah, it feels like there's two there. And I'm like, there's a place south of Baton Rouge called Schwab's All-You-Can-Eat Seafood Buffet. I mean, they have got everything on there that you've never heard of. There's rattlesnake. I didn't know that was seafood, but it wasn't that bad. But you gotta try everything. Alligator.
So I guess I'm not understanding. All these other counties have signed them. We're just looking at the copies. We don't have one to sign in a.
Are we supposed to,
Convention, or-
Just take a look at what you got.
is our chairperson supposed to sign this? Cause is that
No,
Bud
these-
Germlin?
So these are just these are the tier ones that were sent to us from, this just helps us compile the tier 2 canvas. So, no, you
No
don't have,
signatures.
You don't have to sign it if it's not our time.
If you get good lutefisk, it's okay. It's when you get the mushy stuff that's so nasty.
Tastes like glue.
Yeah.
Doesn't taste like glue, it feels like glue. I And I love fish, I just don't like that fish.
I've never been a big fish eater, but I can eat it.
When my dad catches fish and it's walleye or perch, and my dad cooks it.
That's the best.
Yes. He makes it two different ways. He has a fried one, and then he has like he'll put it on the grill and cook it that way too, and that is so good.
When I was a kid, we used to go up and stay. I called him my uncle, but he was actually my cousin. He was my cousin's uncle. So we all called him Uncle Glenn. And he would take the fish's tails and batter them and then fry them, deep fry them. And they were like potato chips. They were. He sure, he could make a crappie taste. That was good to eat.
My monkey.
This one is ours though, isn't it?
What is it say?
City school election. No, Kyle Stecker.
Yeah, so that's their first tier, so we don't need to send them.
Okay.
And we sent them our first tier,
Well,
or not.
we don't need to, because we're the control
Oh,
county.
Yeah, the school's in your county. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We send first tier to like Nyack and Iowa Lakes and Algona we send one to Algona, or the small piece of Tatanka school we have here. But I think we're in control for the rest of them that way, off the top of my head. Wilson has,
Well, I wondered why my phone wasn't working, my computer, my laptop this morning, there was cloud flare?
I got that too. I was
Yeah.
trying to print my agenda and it said
What's
this end was working, but the cloud flare in the middle.
Mhm.
What's this blue page supposed to
That's
be?
the back.
Of this?
Yes.
So it should be in the clip.
I'll make a motion to approve the second tier of city school election.
I'll second it.
Motion by Avery, seconded by Jensvold to approve the Canvas second tier 2025 city school election. All in favor, say aye.
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 just so you know, that in between the first tier canvas and the second tier canvas, we had the, audit where I have election officials come in and do a hand count, and it matched perfectly, so that was good.
Good job, congratulations.
This will go to the whole
That's a good
pack.
thing.
They are probably,
So this is just
that's
me.
all you.
So there's,
That's just
County
for our, that's
commissioner.
just for our viewing, I think.
Well, she has to sign.
Oh,
So-
no, does she? County Commissioner of Elections.
that's you.
Yep, you're up here.
Okay.
What does it say?
President of the
President Board
canvas.
of Canvassers, we're
Oh,
canvassing.
oh.
So that should be
But-
another.
I was wondering who the president of the Board of Canvassers
I
was.
thought I was just chairman, but really I thought I was the honorable,
You would think
and
you would-
now,
Well, that's been
Isn't-
questioned.
It's the way the software prints it.
Yeah, that's kind of, I would have thought it would have said. Now I know.
Little housekeeping here, number 6, did we have a motion on that one?
Yes, you did,
Okay, good. Who made it?
you,
Jen's.
oh, Jensvold Derby.
So that Andersland that was here, is his dad's name Bruce? You don't know either?
Those people. See, his address was Emmons.
Yeah, well, Bruce is from Emmons.
So could be.
Years ago, I sold him some chicken there. He's a real nice guy. I enjoyed stopping at his shop and talking to him.
know, is Rob Nelson that was here? Is he from Lake Mills or?
He's from
Yep.
Lake Mills.
His folks live in town.
His mother lived kitty quarter from us in Rake. My sister and his mother were best friends growing up. She was a Quam.
What's his dad's name?
Come on, he worked at LB Transport.
So it's not Fred then? Because Fred had a Rob.
No, I think it is Fred.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
They live in town.
Yeah.
He drives that restored
Little red truck.
red truck.
Be proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
He used to work for us. His dad used to work for us
Oh,
out on the
all right.
farm. Right up in tow. Yelled at it enough to reach it on.
You know where the creamery is in
Me though.
Lake Mills?
Is your dad?
Head hired man.
They live 2 houses south of the creamery.
Yeah. I know Fred.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Fred and Blondie.
Yeah. Blondie.
That's what he called his Blondie. Roger used to live up north end of this town. Before that he was out by Leland country. Fred's brother Bruce used to live in this town. I don't know where.
Well, I'm glad we had a
Send
good
all those-
rousing
You send all these out?
drainage for you today.
Well, you heard Steve Bach, that's the important thing. He was very riveted by the whole thing. He also loves railroads.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we all have that in common.
So, I heard him do that at the city council, wait for meetings everybody got to attend.
Cheers.
Have a good
Yeah,
week.
I'm gonna.
Put lotion on today.
All right. Open forum?
If I had anything for open forum, Chris, I had already put it up there, so.
I didn't see anything float by.
We're down to payroll.
She usually puts it in order, so.
So we didn't make a motion. to get rid of that claim, yet we're still in open.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna just keep these separate, just. Thank you.
Nothing for open forum?
Must have been an election. You guys had some extra hours in your office.
Yes. What was it? 17.5 hour day or 18? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a long day. I forgot that they open up that early.
Went to my first polling place by 5:45.
Sure.
And I think we left here at 10:45 p.m.
Order pizza?
No, we brought food.
That's right, she's not using her stamper on these.
Yeah, she's signing them
It's
the
not-
official way.
The stamping that's done at that end of the table is inconsistent, so it's easier.
So it's hard to get it at the right angle, your stamper, you can't handle it? Yeah,
I feel proud.
you are just, you know,
You don't wanna
we
make
could
it look
still
like, you don't wanna make it look like an auto pen or something.
Yeah, really.
Gotta have some inconsistency.
Yeah, that's so naughty that they got the pictures of all the presidents. Picture of an auto. That's just naughty.
Would you rather have a picture of a glazed look in his eye?
Sniffing a kid.
They're writing in our space here.
Just unbelievable.
I can't wait till I get back to that end of the table.
You know, she's a rookie, you know, kinda, you know.
You can take this job away from me right now. Only a month
Oh, yeah, no, there's only one way you're gonna get good at it. You gotta keep trying. And then, when you're not running it, you can criticize it when we miss.
All right, one or two? There's two.
Yeah, I think there's two on that one.
And they're so perfectly lined up.
Yeah.
It was a very nice open house at the public health the other day. Looked like there was a good turnout and
You guys
The
heard,
top one.
oh, there it is. I'm sorry. I didn't see where it was.
couldn't find room.
I see that.
Yeah, that one's pretty busy.
Did anybody hear that down in Wright County, there's a company from Texas coming up to go drilling down below the bedrock to 10,000 feet to extract hydrogen?
Really?
In Wright County?
Somebody lives down that way. Told me about it on Saturday. I think he lives south of Belmont.
I can tell that there's hydrogen down there 10,000 feet somehow.
Apparently, they've been doing some test drilling.
Well, how did they
Yeah.
pipe that out?
Well, I suppose you pump whatever into the cavity and push it out, I suppose, kind of like natural gas.
Like fracking or well, like?
I don't know, it's straight down. Fracking is more, isn't that more, well, I suppose fracking is pushing it out.
How deep they gonna get before they create a volcano?
You gotta worry about getting to the other side of the world.
They ain't gonna make it there. Of course, there's a lot of flat earthers in the world, maybe there is.
Consider for approval of the county claims.
I'll make a motion to approve the county claims.
I'll second it.
Motion by Jensvold, second by Derby to approve the county claims. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Consider for approval payroll.
I'm of the opinion right now that I think every third year we should lay some people off so we don't have so many stamps to make here.
Really?
Where did that come from?
We'll start with the supervisors.
There you go. You have to choose to go to buy with that. Good luck with that. But they wouldn't want to eliminate us.
We'll be the last ones eliminated. Once they have their mega counties.
Did you know that up in Minnesota, I think like up Faribault County and them, they've changed it to where the auditor, the recorder, and treasurer, I think are all appointed. They're not elected.
Really?
They're professionals, and not saying you guys aren't professionals, but you know, sometimes it could end up that way by election.
Yeah, but that's still.
They
they have a county administrator also.
In
That's
addition to,
Appointed,
oh, that's appointed.
Well, you know, in an election, you could have somebody in theory win the election that couldn't do the job. You know, I mean, it's
And
a
then you
rather
can't get,
unclean
and then you
process.
can't get rid of them.
okay, so requested deduct hours on a, from one of them, is that a received or is that a Three.
If it's that one.
payroll
It's,
downstairs,
yeah, it's a,
It would be received, isn't it?
received, yeah.
No naps before 11.
It's 'cause I'm being worked to death. At home, after I leave here.
Will you list it or will you sell it yourself?
I'll have to admit, I've been sleeping good the last few nights. Shoveling all those leaves. 7 or 8 car trailers full.
I do leaves over painting.
I hate
Kinda switch.
painting.
what's that?
Well, but actually I could probably do the painting. It's a lot easier to
Oh, that's
do.
just me. Sorry.
Well, it's painstaking,
Oh.
but,
The claims, did we all sign those? I don't know.
I believe so.
No, that's what I was looking for.
It's on the bottom probably,
Maybe we did.
or did it get moved somewhere else?
Here you look.
They should have been a separate file. Did you already pick up the claims or were?
No.
I just handed her the election.
These are all payroll. I stamped them. Maybe that's it. Here, there's that. Or is that,
That's payroll.
that's payroll. There's the claims.
It's not even stamped.
Okay.
You know, I looked through them, I didn't pay attention.
I guess when I got done reading them, then I handed them over. So I didn't get a chance to look at them on mine because it was just the cloud was.
That was my problem too. My phone was screwy. And my,
When was
at
that?
home,
Today?
and now Brody sent us
Oop, I almost decided to be the
an
chairman.
email that says website currently down due to Cloudflare. Our DNS provider having a widespread outage. Nothing we can do but wait.
Said
for the
try
updates.
later and I came back after I took a shower and it worked.
Interesting.
And it wasn't, on the county end and it wasn't on my end, it was in the middle. Cloudflare.
Well, they said with those northern lights the other day that there could be
Solar flares, yeah.
interruptions and
I'll make a motion to approve payroll claims.
I'll say that.
motion by Derby, seconded by Jensvold to approve the payroll claims. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed.
Who made the motion?
Adjourned.